So I have a bone to pick.
Uh-oh.
Not with you. Not with you. With so many most relational scenarios between people. Because I keep either witnessing or hearing people put each other down or tamp on each other, like, stomp on people's dreams or knock each other down a little bit. Like, not in a, I'm not talking about like purposeful, malicious way of doing that. I'm talking about how it seems to just be like such a default way of holding ourselves or being in the world. Like,
Yeah.
for example, somebody I know who is going to travel, wants to travel and is going to travel for the first time, has so many, and it's an exciting dream and they've been looking forward to it for a long time, and they have so many people around them that, like, are quick to say the negative thing about it, or quick to say they shouldn't do it, or quick to say what's the matter with doing it, and
Totally get it.
and as on the outside looking in, it's easy to see, stand back and witness this kind of relational thing happen where it's like, why anything from that to like another person who is reciting off all the things they know about why they should just do the one career that they've done forever. There's only one way to do job, and they've heard it from everyone their whole life. That's the thing that they should be doing because it's smart or it's good or it's the right thing, and nothing else is. And so then it's, in a way, it's a put down to whatever is actually the thing in that person that wants to be created or birthed or
Such great examples.
changed or known or...
Right away, what bubbles up in me is a memory of when my kids were little. So it's like 20 years ago or more. And I remember homeschooling my youngest, just starting to homeschool, like it was his first year, or maybe I've done it for a couple years, can't remember. My neighbor laid into me, like, who did I think I was to homeschool my son? And I was like,
exactly.
how does this impact you?
Yeah.
Why are you so angry about this?
This is exactly what I'm talking about.
Right?
And sometimes it's that overtly angry, and sometimes it's subtle.
For sure.
But it's like really rampant. Like, look around
For
life.
sure.
It's like happening all the time. So, and other people I know who, confide in me that they don't say certain things out in the world of other people because of the, whatever ridicule or something they might get, even if it's like meant in love or something, like, or by the people that love them. And I'm going like, why do we do this?
Yeah, good
Why is
question.
this so big?
It's even such a thing that when people go into counseling or coaching and they're receiving support from a coach, or they're taking self-improvement courses or whatever they're doing, one of the messages that's always given is make sure when you're going to do something new to keep it to yourself.
Right.
So that it doesn't get squashed.
Yeah.
Like, why would that be instructed
Yeah.
if it wasn't a thing that when we take an idea out into the world, that the automatic response of most people around us is to take it and just squash it a little bit. Just take the I don't know, what do you want to call it? Like the excitement out of it. Like, come back down to earth.
Yeah.
That's too far out there. Come
That's
back down to
perfect.
earth.
Even like, oh, your head's in the clouds. It's like, why can't your head be in the clouds? What a lovely place
Right?
to be.
Oh man, it's such a. Had this experience this weekend where I met a lovely man, and by no fault of the people around him, but the family messaging had become that if you're a hyper person, you'll never make it in the world, that you actually need to be a calm, sit down book person
Right.
in order to be of any consequence in the world, that hyper people are a nuisance. And the messaging was so strong that every time they spoke, it would come out in their language in some way. Well, you know, if I'm going to make enough money. Well, you know, if I'm going to get anywhere. Well, you know, if I'm going to have a family, I
Right.
need to squash this part of myself because that part of myself cannot ever lead to any good. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
you poor person. That's a terrible message. And, you know, I had the opportunity to spend a weekend and just kept saying, it's none of anybody's business what bubbles up in you and you want to do. You know, like, I have the lovely experience of my husband being a hyper person myself, of my husband. His imitation of me is, "Vit, vit, vit, vit," right? And so what?
Yeah.
And my thing is, I get a lot of shit done.
Yes. What stands out as interesting to me in what you said about that story is the messaging from his family to no fault of their own. Like there's this, we're doing it, we're all doing it, like it's happening all the time, we're doing it to each other, people are doing it to us.
Yeah.
Like I know that I certainly, it's reminding me that I practice, like, so I'm thinking about, okay, the part of me that does that. And how I work very diligently when somebody, like say a younger sibling, proposes some scenario or idea, or they're sharing their next great thing that they're going to do, or how they're going to, you know, take their life in this direction or whatever. And I work diligently to catch myself if I'm about to what's the
kind
word?
of impose your own judgment on the idea,
exactly,
right?
exactly. If I'm going to impose anything, like, is there a knee jerk to impose whatever my, you know, strategy or safety or idea or thought is around it, or opinion, and I work diligently to like cheerlead their endeavor first, see if there's advice that they want or things to think about otherwise, but I always like go like, oh yeah, okay, don't stomp on the seedling or whatever.
Right, exactly.
And so then when I think about that part of that's doing, that is naturally going to do it and knows that it comes from either, I mean, I guess in that scenario, like care, you know, care or safety.
Is it care though? Like, I'm not
Like-
doubting that you don't care, but I hear you. It's like, you know, I have, so the rule when you leave a relationship, there's this rule that you shouldn't date anyone for a year. And so
Whoever made this arbitrary number.
right? And so then, you know, recently I had someone share, well, you know, they've recently left a relationship and then they're planning 3 months from now, I think I'm going to go travel and visit this person that I met online. And like you say, the knee jerk in me is like, ooh.
Yeah, right.
Right?
Is that care? Is that because you care? Or is it just
Plain judgment.
our own fears or
because if it was
judgments or
me,
opinions?
because I've done that a million times,
Right.
right? Like I've gone from relationship to relationship, no problem.
Yeah, yeah,
And so if I look back and go, that was a really unwise decision. I should have had a year in between each one of sobriety from relationship. I don't come to that conclusion.
Right.
And yet what came up in me instantly was they shouldn't do that. Even though I've done it. Fascinating. And
so why do you think it came up in you?
I know, it's a great question because I, like you, when you said you caught yourself with your siblings and have to go, oh, why wouldn't I support that, right? I caught it rise up in me, and I was like caught it in my throat,
Yeah.
and had to then go, that's a cool idea.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
even though my body was going, what?
Well, then some might argue that we're holding back, and it's not gonna. And when we should be delivering some helpful piece of information that's gonna
No, it's
like,
too
why
knee-jerk
wouldn't you?
to be helpful. I think that, and not only that, because in my experience with this, person whose family had told them not to be so hyper, and therefore you need to take this drug to calm down. And all that I wanted to say was, who are they to tell you what's right for you? And then at the same time, so I gave this big long spiel on, if it's bubbling up in you and you want to do this, even their hyper counselor, their ADHD counselor, said, you don't need to fly from Toronto to Vancouver to do a wilderness hike to fill that need of your hyperactive desire. And I'm like, who are they to say? That's none of their business to tell anybody what is right for them. So I said, don't listen to your coach, don't listen to your parents, don't listen to your spouse. Listen to what bubbles up within, right? And then, so an hour goes by, and I came back and went, and don't listen to me. Right? Like,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, if it's right for you to listen to all those people,
Yeah.
okay.
All right.
Like, it's so...
Probably sometimes it is, and sometimes it isn't really, and there's no cut or dry
There's no
way.
cut and dry, and
And probably sometimes people say their knee-jerk thing out of judgment, or they say it out of fear, or
Yeah.
they say it because they care about that person and the idea is scary to them, or they say it,
or it questions their own
or
belief
or they say it
systems.
because it pushes against something in them that
Like
is
the
a
guy
limitation.
who gave me heck about homeschooling,
Yeah.
pushed against.
Yeah.
Was my
Yeah.
conclusion, was like, wow, this really pushed on he's sending his kids to school every day.
Yeah.
This pushed on his
Belief system or value or
that, not even an awareness though, like
No,
this
no.
made him think about
Yeah.
his choice.
Yes.
That there might be another way, and maybe that idea that there might be another way caused so much stress in him
Yeah.
that he's like, oh, like just do what you're told. And
Well,
then
I think
don't.
when we are imposing our, knee-jerk thought on somebody else, we're not in awareness of it. Like when I'm practicing awareness, I feel that thing, I feel the tendency to go, my quick answer, and then I'm like, no, don't do that. Cheerlead the person,
Yeah, cheerlead the person.
and then talk about dissecting it all if that's what they want to do or whatever.
Right?
But that takes awareness from me. When it's happening just at large, I
Yeah.
think there's not ever awareness around it. It's just coming from those,
Knee-jerk,
those tendencies.
our own deep belief systems or judgments or
Yeah.
fears, and we haven't actually, so we're reacting.
Projections. Yeah, reacting.
Instead of, reacting instead of
Responding. Yeah.
And responding takes conscious, like a slowing down of actually listening.
Yeah. And awareness of put my own stuff aside for this moment.
Yeah.
And just listen.
Listen, curiosity, wonder, putting ourselves in that person's shoes. Yeah, I even, in relationship breakup, how people say, oh, well, I'm not taking sides, there's always two. Right? Again, and that's a knee-jerk, if you can consider, say, a relationship where an individual has got themselves into a physically abusive situation, and it doesn't matter whether it's male or female, but one person is actually physically harming the other person. And so the knee-jerk reaction of those around is to say, well, I'm not going to take sides. It always takes two. I'm like,
Right.
what?
Right.
Like, not that
Just
I want to take sides, but
The knee-jerk
seriously,
is stay out of it completely or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it doesn't, I could sit with
I
either
mean, our
one.
tendencies can go either way, really.
Right. Right? Yeah, so that's a great, I love it. It's a great question and a great opportunity.
Yeah, what is the opportunity?
I think the opportunity is curiosity. I had this really lovely weekend where I got thrown into a 4-day event with people I've never met before. We all have a common interest in that we were volunteers clearing wilderness trails together. So there's something that drew us together in that common interest. But we were vastly different in the lives that we came from to come together. We were, the youngest person was 27 and the oldest person was 75, and we covered every decade. And there was a group of 11 of us. And it was a really lovely weekend in that everybody was in curiosity. Like, we spent the opportunity to hear and listen to the other person and be curious about their life and be curious about what is special or meaningful to them. By no instruction, but it was just a really interesting opportunity that because everybody left. It wasn't a retreat, and yet everybody left, and we were in this love fest of acceptance and appreciation and curiosity. I would be walking down the trail next to somebody and like, oh, where do you live, and where did you grow up, and
That's actually a really great, so you're saying curiosity is the opportunity, and then this share is like a really great homework opportunity for anybody that wants to try it, because we are way better at being in curiosity and in acceptance and in not our knee-jerk reactions when we are in person with people who are not our people, like people who we don't know, like people who we're way better at it.
Way better.
Right?
Totally
At being in more awareness around the relational part of it, and like, oh, I'll get to know this person, then and be like, why is that? Or different walk of life. Let me, ask some questions or whatever about it, rather than just like, they say why they're there, and you're like, well, that's a terrible reason, or whatever.
Right? Right. Nobody would ever do that.
No, and yet we do it to each other, to our close people.
Yeah.
Like, happening all over the place. So I like that as a takeaway.
That's
like
great.
the practice of like
You're
whether
so
you
wise.
whether you have already a awareness practice or not, you can pretend you're in the company of strangers.
And just be in
person.
curiosity.
Yeah.
I wonder what it's like
sharing
for them.
and listening. And yeah, totally.
That's a great take home. I love it. I don't think we need to say anything more about that.
Homework.
Have fun.